All right, what's up, guys? Right here on another episode of the Eli and Mike podcast show. And we have an amazing young business entrepreneur sitting here with us today. His name is Ashton Hero. What's up, bud?
Yes.
How's it going, guys? Thank you guys for having me.
Amazing. Doing amazing. And we're so excited to have you on our show today because you are someone who is so young, but also so driven at the same time. So we're so excited to ask you questions today and just know a little bit more about Mr. Hero, right?
Yes,
Let's
thank
go.
you guys.
We're gonna make you our hero today. So
Right. And everybody who's watching,
I love it.
Wait, which actually goes right into my first question with you is Hero, right? So
Yeah.
I know your dad. Well, we both know your dad. We know him from the Avengers, the big group of investors that we all met with. Before we even knew about you, we talked to your dad. We were building on this network stuff, and his last name is Herrero.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, Herrero or Hero, or what's the reason?
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people don't know, but my real last name is Herrero.
Okay.
And when we got Hero because I was playing football, and they were like, "Oh, Herrero's like way too long. Like, we're gonna call you Hero." And then from that point, it kind of just stuck. So my dad's always just be like, "Hero, like we're gonna go here." And then I was doing social media, and I was like, I just feel like Ashton Herrero's like no one's gonna know how to spell it. I want people to find me fast. And Hero, like I mean, Hero's so simple and so easy to search. So it's just like, cool. Let's run with Ashton Hero because people will know how to search me so fast. Whereas Herrero, it's like Herrero, and it's like, oh, I missed an R, I can't find him. So yeah, I stuck with Hero, and it's just been what I've been going for.
I love it. You went with your gut feeling, and now it's here. It's stuck with you. So
and whenever anyone like meets me, they're like, oh, like Hero. I'm like, yeah.
And that's fascinating because if you think about the fact that Hero means like something superior, something powerful.
Right.
So you kind of already created this, I'm a powerful human being just by changing your name a little bit.
Exactly.
Like my full name is Alicio, but everybody knows me by Eli, like the sign.
I love it.
Right? So
I love
it's like my Hollywood name, right? And Mike's name is different too. It's not even Mike, but
it's Michael, but Mike. You know,
Okay,
let's cut it a
so
little
we're all
bit.
creating our Hollywood names right
Right,
now.
we
Hollywood
are.
name.
This is the standpoint for that.
Seriously.
And
that's
actually,
cool.
speaking about Hollywood, so yes, we're actually sitting in Hollywood right now as we speak. And I think we're even sitting in front of the Hollywood sign. We just passed it.
Right.
But I kind of want to know a little bit about your story, how you got to Hollywood, because before we, knew about your story, we did meet your dad, who is the traveling lender. He does
Adventure Lender.
Adventure Lender. Oh yeah, I always it's like
he does travel though too.
Yes, he's always traveling, which is so amazing. And we met him at an event, and he was speaking so highly of you in your adventures that you were about to take on. Which this is why we reached out to you, because it was so inspiring to hear how you are somebody who is young but driven and kind of just took the leap to Hollywood, which that could be a really huge move for some people, and most of them don't even make it.
Exactly.
Right.
And I kind of want to just know this whole story, how you took that leap to say, you know what, I'm gonna live in Hollywood, and I'm gonna go from there and just see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah. I first of all just want to address, like, once again, thank you guys for having me. I feel like
thank you.
I've always just wanted this opportunity to be able to share my story. I mean, this is just the beginning, but I feel like a lot of people on the internet, they don't like really show who they really are, and a lot of people, especially influencers, they don't know much about their lives because it's all cameras, right? It's oh, I'm going to do this and this, but nobody really knows the story. So that's why I'm super excited to touch on it, because I feel like everyone has a unique story, but I feel like mine specifically is just like very unique. So
oh my God, yes.
I originally didn't plan on doing social media.
No way.
Okay. That's interesting.
I know.
Right, yeah.
I used to just make music and like produce beats at like in elementary school. My dad had a little musical background, and I would make beats, and then kind of drifted away from that, did sports. And in high school, I found a passion for producing beats again. So I was making, producing beats and selling them on this website. And then after that, I was like, I want to make my own music. Like, why not?
Yes.
I had the studio equipment, I had everything. And freshman year of high school, or I think it was 8th grade, I made my first song.
Nice.
It's not the best.
Okay.
But you learn.
Tried. Yeah.
And like you guys mentioned, my dad was always one that's like, you figure it out.
Yeah.
Like my whole life, like I'm here to support you, but you need to figure it out. Like, so I was telling him, I'm like, Dad, like I just don't sound how the other rappers sound. Like, why don't I sound like that? And he's like, just keep going. That's still his metaphor today, is just keep going. Nice. And he was like, just keep going and you'll learn. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna look up on YouTube and see how to like do all the professional stuff. Yeah. So I looked up on YouTube like how to mix and master vocals. So I got better and better and better, and you hear it with each song.
Amazing.
And like I got better and it was good. And I loved it. I truly I feel like music is really therapy for a lot of people.
Definitely.
It is really something that I was.
What inspired you in the whole music scene? Why did you start creating music? I mean, since we're digging into more into that.
I honestly, I don't even know why I dug into it. I think I just wanted to make my own music. And kind of like while I'm doing social media, I had my own story.
Yes.
So I was kind of just like, I want to just tell people my story.
Right. Okay.
Right. And started doing it. And as you can imagine, with anything you do in life, I got a lot of hate. And I guess that was something I never fully understood, was like hatred.
Right.
I came from a very small town back home in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And like during high school, just like I had barely any friends. Like I got bullied all throughout high school because of the music stuff.
Wow.
So I never understood. I would get death threats. I mean, I don't think anybody really knows how bad it got.
Wow.
And it was terrible.
And thank you for sharing this, because a lot of individuals go through this.
Yeah.
And sometimes they tell their story, and I don't know, sometimes it doesn't seem like you hear it from other people that, they got this to happen to them, but it doesn't seem real sometimes, because you're like, that did not happen. Or like, people didn't treat you like that.
Exactly.
Like, the world's not like that. But then when you really sit down with an individual like yourself and you hear it straight from the person that it happened to, you know, it's like, it really did happen. They really had hurtful things to say, or death threats, like you said. That's intense.
It was crazy. I mean, after the whole music thing, I did it for 4 or 5 years, and TikTok, I just heard of TikTok. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is TikTok? Yes. I had an Instagram, but it was like, I only had like 1,000 followers.
Okay.
And one of my close friends, I was at her house and she was like, you should try TikTok. Like, I feel like you have a look. And I'm like, oh yeah, right. I would never be this TikTok influence thing. I would never do that.
No way. Okay, like, you really thought like it wasn't for you.
I was set that I was like, I'm making music. I'm not doing TikTok. Like, no.
Right.
And she was like, well, just try it. Like, here's the video.
Yes.
This is how you work it. Just try it. And I was like, why not?
Yes.
So I made the video and it got like 2,000 views, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like,
I'm
famous!
Right?
Like, you were right. Yes, like, I'm gonna do this TikTok thing." Like, and then COVID hits, and I'm like, "Okay, we're on lockdown. The best way to promote my music is gonna be through this like TikTok thing."
Oh, right. Wow.
So I was like, "Okay, genius! Like, now I'm gonna do this TikTok thing, but I'm gonna promote my music." And promoted the music, and then slowly got into the route of like, I like this influencing thing.
Yeah.
So that's where you kind of pivoted from the producing and creating. Sorry.
That's okay.
We'll cut that little part off. So, all right. So this is the part where you actually changed from creating music and producing it, and now you went into, all right, I want to be an influencer.
Yeah. So after I released my last song, I believe it was called Prada.
Love it.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I made one more song that I actually like. That song, I will still admit to this day, like I really like that song.
Nice.
And my computer broke, so I lost it.
No.
Yep. That's horrible.
The struggles.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah.
And it really, like, when you lose it, you lose it. Like,
it's gone.
Yeah, like it's gone. Like, I've lost chips that go in phones before, like, when there's chips that go in phones.
Well,
and
I threw them away in accident.
Right, he actually threw them away.
He actually threw them away. I thought it was chips.
But like a chip for the phone, and he thought it meant like chips. So
I'm like, there was no chips in there. Right?
But he threw away like 2,000 photos.
Oh, that's the worst.
I was like depressed for like 2 weeks, because it was like 7 years of photos. But when it's gone, it's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you could do.
That's
Nowadays
crazy.
we have like the cloud, right?
Right.
So there's a little bit more.
Everything is set.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so you lost that song.
I lost that song, but after that, you kind of pick a path. It's like, and especially with me, if I'm gonna do something, I'm going all in. There's no like half assing it.
Right.
For me,
Yes.
it's like I'm going all in or don't do it at all. And I think it was just like the mindset my dad really put on me. It's like,
love that.
If you're going to do something, like you better do it right and like go all in or don't do it at all.
Yes.
So that was said at such a young age for me to like go all in. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go all in with TikTok.
Right.
And I'm going to put the music aside. Maybe I'll come back to it.
Got it.
So I start making TikToks. I'm gaining a following. And here we are. I think I had like 30,000 on TikTok. And I was like, cool, this is awesome.
Nice, right? Love it.
And of course, what comes with TikTok, starting something new, is even more hate.
Yeah.
Hate to where it's not even about the music. Now it's like how you look. Oh, you're doing this. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Once again, it was all the most hatred in the world.
Oh, wow.
Luckily I didn't have to go to school. I think if I went back in real life school, it would have been like, I feel like way worse.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, in high school, like I never had a real friend group. I had 2 best friends who I still have to this day.
Amazing.
Jacob and Joseph.
There you go. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Jacob and Joseph.
Hey,
I love you guys.
We love you.
So I had them 2 friends and my other friend, Tyler, my parents. But in high school, like I said, I had no friends. Like just so I wouldn't sit alone at a lunch table, I would hang out with the cool kids.
Wow.
Right? No one would talk to me. I would get so much hate. Oh, what you're doing is so stupid.
No way.
Bro, you really think you're gonna make it? And I was like,
Wow.
okay, whatever.
Wow.
I'd come home crying to my mom, like, Mom, like they're like, I hate this. Like I can't wait to prove everyone wrong, and I hate this. Like, and I guess I never, for the longest time, like I said, I never understood why. Like, why do you guys feel the need to just hate so much? Like, it's not bothering you.
Right. And there's everybody shares a common, kind of like a common thing with that. I think even I grew up with a lot of hate. I grew up with me being bullied as well.
Yeah.
So you'll be shocked to know how many people have been bullied. How many people actually in your younger years were just being tortured by death threats from their friends. Even my son to this moment says like their kids doing cocaine in the freaking bathrooms right now. It's insane, right? So these things are just so open right now, and I appreciate you being vulnerable right now, because so many people don't even know that, like, he's probably having the best time of his life. He's at Disneyland, just living his best life, and they don't even know the background, the story,
and that's why we need to hear your story, because again, like, you're helping so many individuals by telling your story, because again, most people will look at your TikTok or your Instagram and they see like happiness and amazing, you know, I'm making it, and Hollywood, and the Beverly Hills Hotel, and all these amazing places. But then like it comes with so much, and then the individuals that are watching right now, like if you're going through these hard times or being bullied, or, you know, just know you can make it, you can be happy, but
totally do it.
You know, you might go through things like Mr. Hero here, but you just, like, you came home, you were going through it so bad, but your mindset was not to give up. Your mindset was like, Mom, like, I can't wait to prove them wrong, which is what you're doing today.
Exactly.
You know?
And I think for me, it was like, even now, like I said, like, this is just the beginning of my story, in my journey. But I always just had this mindset of like, I care what you guys say for some reason, but at the same time, I don't.
Right.
Because I know that I will be someone. Yeah. I will do what I want to do, and I will make it.
Right.
Whether it takes a year, 10 years, 20 years, I don't care. I'll do it. I'll make money and be successful off what I want to do in life.
And that's great, because you know what, you're at your age, you still have to fail a number of different times, and you've already failed a few times, you know, like the music.
So many times.
And all that hate, right? All that hate is so common. We get it so often. We get like some of the worst ones. I have to, like, I got to delete this one. So some of them I keep like, whatever. You're just like,
at this point, it's funny. At this point, it's funny.
It's funny, but it's so common. I feel like people that are hating are the ones that hate their own life.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of send it out to other people that are having a much better time. And I'm glad you're seeing that at your age, because eventually you're going to get to the point where, oh, it's just another flyby.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. You know?
Oh, exactly. And I feel like I'm learning that now. It's like, just even people like close to me, like, they'll be the ones to like really hate you the most. Yeah. Or like envy you the most. And I feel like that hurts, but it's like, why?
Yes. Right.
So I ask myself all the time, like, why do I care? I'll tell myself, what this person has to say about you, it's only a reflection on them.
Right.
Why do you care what they say?
Yes.
They're not relevant in your life. So why does it matter? But I think that we're only human, and it's like, it will bother us sometimes. Like, I can only control so many emotions. So I'm going through the process now of like, Ashton, like what anyone says, like is only a reflection of themselves. Who cares?
Right.
Like,
and it is your life. So at the end, you do whatever you want to do. Everybody has their own decisions, and you're right. People are just so hateful right now, but that's how we're born. I've learned a long time ago that people are born in life with natural negativity. So we obviously have to learn the new method of good energy, passing that on and collaborating with good people like us, collaborating together. This is us giving out good energy to people that might want to see this.
Exactly.
And if there's haters, then that's their choice to want to bring on that negative energy to themselves, and at the end they're going to live that miserable life, you know. Especially those bullies that were bullying you or bullying me. I don't know if you were being bullied, maybe not. But
I've had my shares. Cool. I've had my shares.
He was the popular one.
No, I swear.
He was the one bullying both of us.
No, I was like the mutual guy. Like I'm like I wasn't
just cool with everyone.
Yeah, I just flowed. But going to the fact that we're talking about bullying, and you're an individual who you've learned how to deal with it, but now it's like it like gets crazier because now you have like followers, you have views that are in the millions on these platforms, and I know when you get these views in the millions like you do, like it comes with that additional hate. So so how do you combat that now? Because I know before, like maybe you're getting like 10,000 views and maybe there's like 10 hate comments or 5 or however much are coming, but in the millions of views I know it's more, and like how do you combat that now?
I honestly now, like, I think it's just funny. Like,
right?
It's like, I laugh at them. Like, I tell my friends, my girlfriend, I'm like, look at this like comment. Like, and the best comment I always get is like, this was so stupid. But it's like, it was so stupid that you watched it. So thank you for the view. And second off, you commented. So it's like,
and they're probably following you too.
Right,
so
they
like,
probably are following.
Like, why?
The haters will be the ones to follow you. It's crazy.
Or they make up a page and it doesn't even have a picture, and it's like you put all that energy to just write a comment to me.
Right.
It's just so insane.
Especially in high school, I had so many kids that like didn't want to show face like themselves in the hate comments. So they'd make fake accounts.
Right.
But it would then say like they would follow themselves.
Oh wow.
So it's like,
okay, they gave
if you're gonna at least do that, please be smarter.
Right.
Anyone
we know it's you.
Do it right.
If you're gonna do that, make sure it's not you. So I know it who did it.
Yes.
But yeah, touching back on the how my journey.
Can we?
Instagram Reels came out. I posted all my TikToks to Instagram Reels. I was, in my head, one of the first creators on Instagram Reels.
Love it.
The second it came out, I was like, Dad, like I finally have the chance to like make like an Instagram following, like because everybody looks at Instagram, let's be honest, as like you're established.
Okay.
So,
Love it.
I was like, cool. Blowing up on Reels now, I gained like 10K super fast.
Amazing.
And I was like, now how can I monetize? And I believe in manifestation, and I think it's such a real thing. I wrote in my notebook, like, I will get a brand deal. I will get a brand deal. I will get a brand deal.
Amazing.
And on I think it was like the 30th day, a brand reached out. And it was like, hey, we want to work with you. And I was like, wow.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. I was just at 10K, and it was beautiful.
Wow.
So manifest. It is real. It's so amazing. The law of attraction is such a real thing.
We're huge believers on the law of attraction. And on top of that, like I actually see you. I don't know if you're posing on some of the brands or you're eating some of the brands. So what are some? If I can ask you, what are some of the brands that are sponsoring you or might be helping you right now grow your business?
I mean, honestly, I get so many brand deals, but I feel like
that's awesome.
Boohoo Man. Shout out to you guys.
Yes, let's go.
I love your clothes.
Amazing.
And truly, like, I can't really thank anyone but everyone who's wanted to work with me. I always,
that's amazing.
Like, if there's one thing any brand, like, I feel like knows about me is that I'm very appreciative and grateful for any opportunity I ever get, because that opportunity may not ever happen again. Or it may not have happened in the first place. So anyone I really work with, I'm always so blessed to work with, because it's like, thank you for giving me a chance to work with you guys.
That's powerful.
And it's like it brings back to the Boohoo thing. I would always buy their clothes, spend so much money on their clothes, and now I get everything for free.
Wow.
And it's such a beautiful thing, because it's like,
that's epic.
Here I was at one point just wishing, I just wish they would sponsor me. And I'm here today, like so blessed to have clothes on my back that like I like.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So I'm very appreciative of everyone that works with me.
Wow. So it's like manifestation and also gratitude. I mean, you literally everything you just spoke of was gratitude, and I know that's like one of the most important laws in this whole universe.
Oh, exactly.
It's just being grateful for even the little things, even the little brand deals that you get. And then, hey, later on it might turn into this huge brand deal like you know, Boohoo, and it's just. That's so powerful to just be grateful. Like if you guys learn anything from our podcast today, just
be grateful.
Be grateful. Like that, all right there, just really touched my heart.
And at your age, it's so crucial that you found that now, because some people don't find out till they're 30, 40, 50, and then they realize, damn, what did I do for 20 years just hating on people?
Exactly.
They never learned from their mistakes. They just kept climbing over people. You know the people that you're drowning and they're like climbing on you, making you drown more?
Exactly.
They're like those people like trying to save themselves, but they never can.
Yeah.
So I feel like that gratitude aspect of life, like all the podcasts we've been in, the ones that we've hosted, the podcasts we listen to on Spotify. By the way, you'll be on Spotify on our show and our thing too. But these little things we listen to, they show us a different side of, wow, like this is what other people are learning. And then we obviously instill that on ourselves. Are you listening to any podcasts? What do you do to educate yourself right now?
Yeah. So to educate myself, I feel like I honestly just life experiences. I feel like that's the biggest and most toughest experiences is learning through life. I do listen to a lot of podcasts, manifestation podcasts, listen to a lot of YouTube.
Love it.
I grow from my peers, like watching other YouTubers. And I think my dad definitely sends me some good stuff as well. He's always the one that's like, hey, listen to this podcast. And I listen to a lot of music that kind of motivates me as well. But I'm a very self-motivated person.
Love it.
And if I don't love something, I will not do it.
Amazing.
I will not do it at all.
There
won't be even trying. I don't believe in trying. I believe in doing it.
Doing it, loving what you do.
Yeah.
That's so powerful.
So I learned through life lessons.
Yeah.
That's my
life
experience.
Lessons. That's
and
so
I'm
powerful.
so driven myself that it's like, especially with social media, I wouldn't do this for the money, the clout, the fame, the social media following. I don't care about any of that. I truly want to like show people that you can do anything you put your mind to. And I feel like I have a very special story. I feel it. Like I'm so glad to be on this podcast. I have a special story, and I hope that anyone who follows me will just chase their dreams. That's all I could ever want for someone is chase your dreams. Don't let hate get to you, and don't let anybody get in the way. I don't care if it's your family. I don't care if it's your best friend telling you don't do this. If you see the vision and you truly believe in it, I want you to go for it.
That's so powerful. I'm actually shocked right now that this is one of your first podcast.
Yeah, it's my first podcast.
Wow, I'm like in complete shock right now because it seems like you've literally did like 100 of these before.
Thank you.
So natural.
The inspiration level is like beyond. Like everything that you have been talking is like gold nuggets for like the youth, for individuals like myself, older individuals. Like you're touching like every age group right now. And it's so amazing. And I can't believe this is, your first podcast. And we're blessed to have you as the first guest, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
But we do have to go back to your story. And
let's go back to that.
When you're looking at these reels and you're like, I'm gonna be one of the first ones. And are you still living in the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Okay.
So still living at home. Reels were popping off.
Yes.
And then at a certain point, we're dealing with algorithms. So the algorithm changed. I was barely getting what I would think barely any views.
Okay.
Right.
About 5,000, 10,000, but I'm so used to getting like 20,000 to like 100K and millions.
Yes.
So it started to die down. And then I feel like at a certain point, I started to die down. I got caught up in views, which, like I said, life lesson.
Right.
Don't get caught up in the numbers because it will bring you down.
Right.
So
yes.
I got caught up in the numbers. I didn't post as consistently. I post still to this day, every single day, 7:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Amazing. Love that.
The reasoning behind that was I'm going to post at the same time so that way any fans or people who watch me know what time to come to my page.
That's awesome.
It's not like it's like, oh, when is Ashton going to post? No, you guys know.
Yeah.
7:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come to the page. You'll see a new reel.
Amazing. Love
and
that.
I also did that because I was in my head. I don't know if this is true, but I was like, by 8 p.m., it'll hit the algorithm. So it's like 8 p.m. Everyone's probably going to sleep on their phones last second. Oh, here's Ashton's reel. Sweet, like it, comment.
Perfect.
I can see how your content can definitely be fun to watch around that time frame because your content is fun. It's like the reason I even told him, like, let's get Ashton on the podcast is like, look at his content. It's always fun, exciting. He's like always having a good life.
Thank you.
Ours is definitely a little bit more on the educational side. We try to make it as fun as we can.
I think your guys' videos are great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love
it. We believe in the same process. Like you post at 7:55, we post around anywhere from 7 to 8 a.m.
Yep.
So it's always consistent. The same thing, because what if our fans or what if our own algorithm is like recognizing the fact that you're always posting at that time. So we usually do that very consistently.
Right.
We're even still building ourselves, trying to post 2 to 3 times a day, which is actually the real perspective of how you really capture everyone's algorithm, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But that's something obviously even we're still growing, because believe it or not, we're only on their 32nd podcast.
Right.
Wow.
We haven't done that many.
That's awesome.
But it's because we also, our main business is real estate and other things like that. But that's fascinating how you actually know that, and you're like, all right, I'm going to see how
you're being strategic about it.
Yeah.
Oh, everything I do is definitely strategic.
That's amazing.
And having fun at the same time.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, I did the 7:55 p.m. post. I did that for 2 years now. But like I said, I was getting inconsistent, and then I was building it back up. I was like, I want to do YouTube long term. I see that YouTube and Instagram are the 2 platforms, in my opinion, that will be here the longest.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna start YouTube. So I started posting on YouTube with all my friends and making fun content, enjoying it.
Nice.
And then I was like, I'm in such a hateful place, not mentally, but like area wise. Like I said, like I'm so grateful where I was from. My mom and dad worked their butts off to make sure I live in the safest neighborhood, and everyone would be like you guys kind of said, everyone's like, oh, well, you grew up in the suburbs. So how was anything you went through hard? It's like, you guys have no idea.
Right.
These kids, I shouldn't say these, majority of them came down from family money, and they're the rich kids. So their life is, hey, go to high school in the best area, make your little friend groups, get drunk, smoke weed, do drugs, do all this bad stuff, whatever you want to do that, go ahead. I don't say do it at all, but doing all this bad stuff, and then they go to college, and then they do work like a 9 to 5. That's nothing against that. It's just that's not the route I wanted to take.
Right. Okay.
So anyone that was in my hometown that saw that I was doing something different, nobody is doing what I've ever done.
Love it.
In my hometown. It was only me. I was the only person making music, doing the TikTok stuff. There was other people, but they weren't taking it serious like I was.
Yes.
So the hate was to another level, and it's like they're so rich and spoiled, I should say, mentally, that they're like, oh, we can do whatever to Ashton, we don't care. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
So it was just like ridiculous, and I'm so grateful to be like where I was from, but the surrounding area was not the environment. There was nobody to collab with. There was, endless opportunities that could happen in LA.
Right.
And I took a couple trips to LA, made so many friends.
Love it.
And this was in 2021.
Okay.
And went to all these content houses, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is insane. Like, if only I could just move out here, everything would happen.
Nice.
I was about to be in a content house. I was about to collab with the biggest influencers at the time in the world. And my mom, I love her to death. I love you, Mom. Yes. But she was kind of, at the time, a little bit more traditional. She was like, Ashton, you can still do the social media and go to college. And I was like, no, Mommy, you don't understand. My dad's like me. He's like, no, like Nicole, he needs to do his thing. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
So, sounds like me. I'm like, just do whatever you want.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Make it happen.
Right. So at that time, my mom was like, how about you go to Santa Barbara College, City College, for a year, live there, and then after that year, you can go to LA.
There you go.
And I was super pissed. Mom, you know about this one.
There you go.
I was pissed. I'm like, there's no way. And all my family was like, no, he needs to be in LA.
Oh, wow.
He has to, like, we all see the vision. He has to. And my dad's like forcing it, but at the same time, that's his wife. So he's like, listen to your mom.
Even
though I know he was like, he needs to be in LA. So.
And all good intentions she had.
All good intentions, of course. I love my mom to death.
Of course.
She's such a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
But, it was just, like I said, life experience. And so I moved to Santa Barbara, hated it. I was there for maybe 2 months.
So you started going to college in Santa Barbara?
Yeah. So I started going there for a little bit, but it was I did all online classes to make sure I could do social media.
Okay, there you go.
I was in LA every single weekend, made no friends in Santa Barbara. Because like I said before, it was all kind of the same people in my hometown.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I moved to a town filled with frat kids. If you guys don't know, influencers and frat kids don't really get along.
Yeah.
So I came to a town, got even more hate.
Oh, wow.
And there was just something about LA. I felt so accepted. I was like, when I'm here, I feel at peace. I'm able to do what I love to do. I met so many cool friends.
Amazing.
And as you guys can imagine, I missed out on the collaboration with the biggest influencer at the time in the world.
Okay.
I didn't get to be in the content house because my mom was so set on, hey, go do, the college thing for a little bit.
Got it.
So at the time it was like, dang, like this was my opportunity and I just missed it. Now I have nothing to look forward to.
Wow.
But I didn't let that stop me. I was like, you know what? Just keep posting. Who knows what can happen? Like where I am now, still posting, and I'm the happiest I've ever been with this social media stuff.
And I think all that happens for a reason. I feel like
100%.
maybe the reason, and again, everything does happen for a reason, but I feel like right now maybe you're more equipped to handle whatever comes at you.
Totally.
Because maybe at that point in time, it just wasn't going to work for you.
100%.
And you may have met the wrong people. Sometimes certain influencers, I mean, we're always collaborating with so many different people.
Right.
And sometimes we're like, maybe we shouldn't. I mean, let's be real. There's certain people we should have never connected with.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And to this day, we finally detached from certain people. And it's difficult to detach from people's energies.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it's like, they're like glue.
Right.
And then you find a way, or how do I get away from this? So maybe it was a bad idea.
Totally.
As much as you might be like, if only I,
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. But maybe there's a reason, there's something blocking you from doing that.
Totally.
And now you're here in Hollywood. You already made this move.
Yeah.
And you're doing so much more, which I think that's really where your potential is going to flourish. I
yeah,
feel like you're
thank
also
you.
giving the statement to people that are watching you
Right.
that are going to say like, wow, like I can do this. I didn't know that I can make something out of just my vision, my dream.
Exactly.
And make it a reality. And maybe they live with their parents. Maybe they're
Right.
out with their girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Or they're like, I'm just going to fly and go do something crazy and see if it all connects.
Exactly.
But you are connecting the dots.
Right.
You're not out here just chilling. You're creating.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. After Santa Barbara, I told my mom, I'm moving home.
Okay.
So our deal was like, move home. Let's take some time, look for a spot, and then I'll let you move to LA. Like, Ashton, you get the green light.
Yeah.
Okay. I see the vision.
Yeah.
Your dad totally understands. So come
And how
home.
long were you in Santa Barbara?
I moved in August.
Okay.
I left in November.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was pretty fast.
Quick. That was
short,
quick.
very fast.
Yeah.
And the time that I was there, I was always in LA.
There. Yeah.
So
exactly.
I was like, yes.
It's like you knew what you wanted.
Oh,
You
yeah.
felt it.
I
It's
felt
just-
it, and I was like, "This, Mom, like I
Yeah.
said, this is not for
Right.
me."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we back home, and we're gonna find a new apartment.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So
I
you go
came-
back to the Bay Area.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now here we are back home. We're searching for stuff in the Bay, and I'm looking. We found a spot. My mom's like, "Hey, let's go fly and go tour some spots." I'm like, "Awesome."
Okay.
We tour 5 apartments in one day, and at first we were looking in Woodland Hills, but I was like, I love Woodland Hills. I had a couple friends out there, but I was like, it just seems far from everything.
Yeah.
And I just had a feeling, I'm like, I feel like I need to be in Hollywood, West Hollywood.
Yes.
Right.
Everything goes on there, Beverly
Right.
Hills.
Yes. Yes.
Everything happens.
Definitely.
So we looked at a spot, Hanover, Hollywood, and I remember just being inside. I was like, oh, it feels so cozy and amazing.
Yes.
And I will never forget, like, this was like the life-changing event. I was with my mom. My dad was working. Excuse me. And my mom's like, hey, I just talked to your dad. Like, yeah, we'll do it. And I was like,
That was it.
and I got so nervous because I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is going to be life-changing.
Wow.
So she was like,
God.
let's sign it and you can move out here in 2 weeks when they have it all ready and stuff.
So
way.
let's talk about this life-changing event. So at your age, I mean, you're living with your parents.
Yeah.
And now so did you detach? Was this like a detachment experience where you actually completely left and they're in a different state? They're in a different area of the state? Like, wow, how did that impact you? Is that what happened, or did they come with you? Or
Yeah,
what happened
totally.
there?
So the impact was just truly like, okay, this is what I've wanted for so long and it's happening. So I don't know if I should feel scared, nervous. I'm super appreciative. I could cry. I'm so blessed my parents are doing this for me.
Right.
I'm like, this is so amazing.
Right.
My parents live in California, so they're not too far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. They're in the Bay.
Right.
And I was just like, it's finally time to like pursue my dreams. It's
Yes.
finally time
Yes.
to do it. So when my mom was like, hey, like, yeah, me and your dad are all in, I was like, wow.
All right.
Okay. Like,
okay.
Let's go. Let's see how it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved in on my mom's birthday. Okay. That just shows the mother she is.
Wow. Yeah.
On her birthday,
Right.
I drove my car with everything packed by myself to LA.
Wow.
My mom flew on her birthday to be here and help me move in, which really, like I said, shows the person she is. She's such a kind, loving human. Yes. I love her so much.
Love that.
So it was just awesome to get to spend her birthday moving in.
Yeah, exactly.
Myself.
Exactly. Yes.
And then she flew home that day, and like it got emotional for both of us. She started like tearing up a little bit, but like happy tears of like, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. Wow. And I had one like friend in LA at this time. I knew some people, acquaintances, but I don't consider you a friend unless I know you very well.
Right.
So I had one true friend. His name is E. I still have him to this day.
Okay.
So he was in the car with us, Mr. E.
I like that letter. I like the letter E.
Just his letter E.
Yeah.
And I had one friend, didn't really know anybody, and now we're in LA, still pursuing all my content.
Love it.
And then the best way how I can describe is how I am today is like, I would like to say I don't even know, but it's all about like kind of who you know in a sense.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
I feel like, I think if we can provide some feedback, I feel like right now you're in an area where you can collaborate with really, really big people.
Yeah, totally.
And it doesn't matter your age. It's just be in the right circles. Like we're always placing ourselves everywhere. Like we don't even care. Like we double, triple, quadruple book our days.
There you go.
And we flew, when we went to see Sean Kelly, we flew there, flew back and met another influencer for dinner.
Yes.
So we do whatever it takes to meet more people.
Yeah.
Because at the end, either the haters hate, and then the haters, I've heard haters can actually become your most favorite fans eventually. And eventually they're like, I can't even hate the guy anymore.
I know.
Like I really do like this person because they've actually proved me wrong. You know? But I feel like if you can collaborate with as many people as you can, just like you're collaborating with us today, I'm sure we're going to have a revisit a year from now or 6 months. We're going to connect more.
Right. Yeah.
There's going to be something from this, and then you'll meet somebody else. And you're like, wow, like there's more I can do. And you have to be out of that shell. And I feel like what you did, you left that shelter, creating your own
nest.
Yeah, you left the nest.
Yes, exactly.
But you made your own nest.
Yes.
With your girlfriend.
Yep.
And you guys are doing something huge together. You're both kind of influencing at the same time, if you think about it. And I feel like that alone instills to other young entrepreneurs.
Totally.
Like, wow, I don't have to work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's
inspiring
to see you and your girlfriend influencing so many individuals. It's so amazing.
Thank you.
It does remind us about ourselves a little bit because, you know, as partners, we feel like we can double influence individuals.
Right. Exactly.
And like you said in the beginning, that it's not all about the money and the fame and all that. Like you're just out there being driven, trying to help people grow, you know, do what you love. And that's what we're doing too. And then it influences people, but times two.
Oh yeah.
And then like you and your girl, it's like times two. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And,
so cool.
And so it's you know, to me, I just love that you guys are doing that.
Thank
honestly.
you.
That's so powerful.
What's the so Ashton hero?
Yes.
And some of you guys might see him as a hero after this, just so you know.
Thank you.
So you're our hero today.
Thank you so much.
What's your next thing? So most people have these visions of what do I want to be when I grow up? In your case, you're still growing up. So that's what I'm going to say. So
totally.
What's the next thing? Like, what would be the biggest thing that would help pivot where you're at right now that you want to happen? Besides, you know, obviously you want more brands.
Right.
You want to collaborate with more people. If you could say, hey, if this could happen today, what would that be?
Ooh, that's a big question. Because I feel like like I said, there's so many life experiences that I've been through that determine that question. But I feel like the reason I'm put on this earth is, and I mean this in the least cocky way, it's just I really feel it.
Yes.
I will be like the biggest influencer in the world.
I love that.
And I will be the biggest YouTuber.
I love
and just social media star.
Amazing.
And the reason for that is just like I don't feel like anyone's doing what I'm doing. Of course, there's a million influencers. Every influencer's just said what I've said, but I can back that up with my story. No one's as consistent as I am. Posting on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts every single day.
Yes.
YouTube long form every single week. And it's like I do it not like I said for the fame, the money, the clout. I don't care about any of that stuff. I quite frankly, I don't like fake people at all. I can't be surrounded by it at all. I love to surround myself with people who only bring me happiness. So I don't care for any of that stuff. I do it because I love it. I do it because I want to show people this is my true goal. And that's why I'm so excited to be on here is I've always wanted to tell people like my goal and my story. Like the goal I have for everyone is please chase your dreams. That's something I cannot stress enough, because I feel like everyone gets some sort of life-changing experience or many, and they then fail. Like they get determined and they're like, oh, I'm getting hate. I feel sad. I'm not going to do this.
Yes.
But it's like, no, please don't. Like, please chase your dreams.
Yes.
Please don't let anybody get in the way. I don't care who they are. Please just, if you know you have a goal and you know your dreams, please just chase it. That's all I can stress enough. And that's what I want to show for myself. Like my goal, like I've said, is I want to be the person to say, I was once in your shoes. I'm living proof that you can do anything you want to do in the world. So please do it. Because we hear it so many times. You can do anything you want to do. You can be anyone you want to be. But it's like, oh yeah, okay, sure. So it's like, I want to be that person that's like, look, you can truly do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. As long as you put hard work in and you're determined, you will do whatever you want and never give up. Please. And
that's so huge too, because there's a difference between failing and quitting.
Yes.
So you can fail. I mean, I'm sure you have some failures yourself. But you know what? Failing is okay. I think it's a perfect example of learning. I mean, we're going to learn all day long. I mean, we're going to learn something tomorrow, the next year, who knows what. But if you quit, that's the real pure fact of giving up. Yeah. And I just want to put my bags and just hide in my bed. I'm just going to put the sheets over my head.
And I think a trait that you have that you just shared with everybody is that you believe in yourself.
Yeah, you have to.
Right. And most people, like you said, some people will believe in you and say, oh, you're like this influencer, you're amazing, go do this and that.
Right.
But if you don't believe in yourself like you believe in yourself, like then you're never going to make it. And
never.
I could feel that you have that trait in you. And it actually, again, I can resonate with you and your girlfriend, because we are people who, like, when you feel something and you believe in it, you just have to go for it, right?
Oh, yeah. Listen to your intuition at all times.
Always. Right, yes. Always. And so we actually live, well, we're in California right now. Right now we're in Hollywood, but we actually live about 2 hours away.
Wow.
So we drive to Hollywood, and this is how I can say we connect with you, because you are right. In California, you know, where most of the stuff that's going on, influencing, film, you know, so many different things, real estate loans, you know, bigger prices, big things are happening like in Hollywood. They're happening in like Bel Air, Beverly Hills. And even though we live 2 hours away, I mean, we literally will take the trip sometimes 2.5 hours, 3 hours just to drive here.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be around people like yourself.
Totally.
So we can, you know, network with individuals that are doing big things. That way, you know, we could do big things as well.
And the world isn't really that big. People claim it's such a big world. To be honest with you, we run into so many people that are people we've worked with, people that we've had histories with. And it's good to know that you can explore and you can just be and pass that good energy to other people.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And I think that's what we do best, is we do drive far, because there's never an ill will. There's no bad intention. We're all about building something with somebody. Doesn't matter what it is. Sometimes we don't even know what we're going to build.
Right.
We just know, hey, let's just go on and let's do something.
And we believe in ourselves.
And we believe in ourselves.
Just like you believe in yourself.
You have to at all costs.
You just like really have to believe in, like, you know, it's really crazy because like you said, manifestation as well. We believe in that so much that when I was younger, I used to say, like, I'm going to work in Beverly Hills in a suit, and I'm going to be holding a suotcase when I'm doing it.
I love it.
He's not even kidding.
And I would say that when I was like in 7th grade.
When
and
I
like
met
now,
this dude, that's all he ever said.
I believe
that's great.
You know, and today we
like
just signed today a new office on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And like, I was there the other day in a suit holding my suitcase, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in Beverly Hills doing exactly what I said I would do.
Right.
But then it all goes back to, did I believe in myself? I really did believe in myself.
Yeah.
Just like you really believed in yourself, and now you're here like in Hollywood. So I think that's such a powerful message what you just gave to everybody, because
thank you so much.
A lot of people will have individuals that believe in them, but then again, they're sitting in there and they're just like, I believe it, but they don't believe it enough to be like, okay, I really believe in myself, this is going to happen.
And
so
it's all steps.
You know?
It's all steps too, because we were on Sunset in Hollywood. Now we're in Rodeo in Beverly Hills.
Wow.
Just like you're in Hollywood, right?
Yes.
So you're in Hollywood, but maybe Beverly Hills is your next thing, or maybe you're going to meet the next
right.
thing. Exactly.
It is, right? Yeah.
So you're getting there, right? But you're getting closer.
Right.
You were at the Bay Area, now you're in Hollywood. Next, you're going to be in Beverly Hills. And hopefully, with the energy we can give you, we would love to just push as much energy as we can to you and say, hey, no, you're going to be in Beverly Hills way sooner
exactly
than we were ever there, because that's nothing but a blessing for us to see the youth that can overcome the madness that we're going through. Let's just imagine everything you went through in COVID. COVID just killed a lot of different things.
Right.
People's dreams were just massively destroyed, and everybody had to stay home and wish upon the stars something's going to happen, and nothing happened. Stores were closing, people were staying home, people were getting sick, and you're like, no, I'm going to Hollywood.
So I was like, actually, no, Mom, 2 years later, I'm going to be in Hollywood.
Right. But you are here, you know?
So, and you took that leap and you did it on your own. So like, you know, how do you get out of these, like, you know, everyone has their bad days. You know? Like, what do you do to get out of that? Because you took this journey on your own. Most people, they'll do it with a partner, or they're like part of an office, or they're part of a house, like you said, influencer house.
Exactly.
You know? The way you did it, it's like all on your own. Right. So again, like, how do you ever combat those bad days?
Yeah, I mean, that's such a great question. I feel like it's no secret everybody has their bad days.
Right. Yes.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. Sometimes I can't handle a bad day. Right. Sometimes it's just one of those days where I'm just gonna be upset, or like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I actually never had bad days and I'm great. Right. No, like sometimes there'll be days where I'm like, I'm so in my head.
Yes.
And then like I ask a million questions. Why are you so in your head? But it's like, I'm only human. I can only feel and do so many things. But the biggest thing that I would say is just take a deep breath. Go do what makes you happy, whether that's go on a hike, go on a drive, go to the beach, relax, breathe. You're okay. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to work out in your favor.
Going to work out.
Right.
I'm looking at him like everything's going to work.
Like, wow.
He's a Gemini, just so you know.
Wow.
Gemini.
Right.
You're a little crazy. I'm like, go for a walk, dude.
No, just kidding.
Go for a walk. I mean, my thing is like, if I'm having a bad day or I feel sad, I'll just be like, you know what? That's okay. It's okay. I'm feeling like this. I'm going to go take a walk. Okay. I'm going to go on a drive. Nice. I'm going to go to the beach. So just like do something that you like and something that makes you happy. And it's so hard because I feel like a lot of people, I agree. I'm so guilty of this. Whenever we feel sad or mad, for whatever reason, we want to stay sad and mad. Yeah. We don't want to snap out of it. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like
I feel you.
I'm always like, I want to stay so mad.
Right.
So the best thing is do the opposite. If you're mad about something or you're sad, go take a walk and try and be happy, because you'll then feel better.
Right. 100%.
If you stay in that same state of mind that's like, I'm going to be mad. Right. Well, you could fall asleep, wake up the next day, and now you started your day being mad, which is what you don't want to do. Every day is a new day. Right. Every day is a new journey. Right. So you wake up, feel motivated, go out and do what you love, instead of just being like, oh, yesterday was so bad. Like, I'm gonna be so upset.
And that's such a great message, because that I don't even know how many people that follow us. People do wake up upset. People do wake up sad.
I've done it many times.
Me too.
Done it many times. It's the worst. Dude, I'll look at them and be like, you still mad? What's going on?
I'm like, well, and then I'm like, you made me more mad by asking me that.
By asking me, you got more mad.
You know, you're
so
like, wow.
I'm actually a very passive person on anger and sadness. The moment I get sad, I can snap out of it. Somehow I got lucky.
That's fantastic.
I'm able to.
I'm like, wow.
He can't handle it, because I can instantly he could be screaming, or some car could have hit me. Something could have happened. I would have been like, is everybody okay? Oh, no, I'm fine. Everything's just fine. I'm alive, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow, hopefully, if God allows it, right?
That's so funny.
But I'm lucky to have that. Some people are not. Some people will have that anger or sadness or depression, and then listen to sadder music, and I'm just going to cry in my car now and make it worse.
That's me sometimes. That's what I'm saying. I'm guilty of it. And it's like, no, Ashton, go listen to like Justin Bieber. Like, don't listen to some sad music. Like, you're sad. Snap out of it. Go put on some happy music. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Right. So stop. You're good.
And individuals need to hear this, because trust me, like, I am one of those persons that will wake up the next day like angry, but these little advices that you're giving, it really goes a long way. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's people watching right now, and that advice, you're just going to be like, let me try this. And if you actually try it, it will work.
It will work. What I
mean? You'll be good. You'll be good.
And I would say talk to someone.
That's amazing too.
Never bottle up your emotions. Always talk to someone, your best friend, your mom, your dad, your grandpa, your sister, like whoever that comfort person is, like, please talk to them, because I think a lot of people bottle up their emotions, and then it's like an outburst, an outrage of emotions that nobody can deal with. So talk to someone is like the biggest thing. And if you have no one to talk to, please DM me. I don't respond to every DM, but at least you can share your thoughts and feelings with me. Like, you know, that's all I could care about is someone else's like emotions. If you have a terrible day, and you have no friends, you don't trust your family, you could send me a voice note, send me a DM, explain your whole day and why you're so upset. And if I don't see it, I'm sorry. I have so many DMs, but at least you got it off your chest. Yeah. Because even just sending a message, you'll feel so much better.
So we're talking about all this happiness, right? So, and ways to recover. We did touch a little bit on, you know, the negatives and the positives. Is there a time, and if you don't want to, you don't have to say it, but is there a time where you felt that you hit so hard on the floor that it was just, this is the end for me? Like a bad time in your life. You're still very young, but by now you should have experienced something horrible, something that just didn't work. If you're vulnerable enough to explain what is one thing that may have happened that just is bad that happened in your life?
To be honest, I feel like there's like my life has been so great, but there's been a lot there's been a lot of bad stuff that has happened to me at such a young age, around 16, 17. But I feel like at that age, you don't understand the consequences in that traumatic experience, right? So like one of them, like we talked about, is getting bullied all throughout middle school and high school, having no friends. I didn't understand why. And then here I am today, like recently, I was like a couple months ago, I'm like, I don't understand, like certain things will bother me. And it's like, why do they bother me? And it's like, dude, you've had so many traumatic experiences through bullying and so many bad things happen. Like, dude, it's okay. You have had some bad traumatic experiences. Like this is the way you feel. And like one of them is, I mean, like I said, I have so many to share, but the one I can think about the most was 2 weeks before LA. Maybe it was a week. I think it was a week because I remember counting down the days leaving home. I was at my house with all the people that I used to hang out with. My friend, like these two girls, and just like hang out. And thank God I cut all of them off now. But at the time, I thought they were real friends. And
got it.
It was actually, at the time, it was my ex, and I went to go watch one of her shows just to be supportive. I was in high school, or I just graduated high school or whatever. Or wait, no, sorry. This is 2022. Okay. So I'm about to leave for LA, but I was just going to support her little show. And I remember just like feeling energy off. I was like, I feel weird. Something doesn't feel right. And you have to remember, like, at my town, I'm kind of looked at as like, not a celebrity, but oh, that's that influencer. So I remember walking in by myself, sitting at the seat, and I'm watching, and I see this girl at the end of the show. She's just like looking at me and like texted someone. And I was like, what is like, kind of sketched out. I'm like, weird. Something doesn't feel right. Like, whatever, who cares? Just let it go. So I go back home. But before that, I get a call, spam call. And it's like, hey, we're going to pull up outside at the high school, get ready. And I was like, oh yeah, so funny. Go call someone else. Not taking it serious. And I was like, I'm outside, nobody's here, but I'm still worried. Like, could something happen to me? Is my life at risk? And I was like, whatever. I go home with all my friends and like our group from the play or whatever. We go back home, but I remember telling them before, I was like, hey, just letting everybody know, does everyone have their locations off? I just don't want my address to be out there. And everyone's like, yeah, everyone's location's off. I'm like, are you guys sure? I just like, I get worried about this stuff. Like, I've just been having some weird things today. Is everyone's location off? Yeah, everyone's location's off. I'm like, okay, I believe it. So then we're all hanging out in the game room and I get a call. This is your house, right? They say my address. I'm like, whoa. And they're so aggressive. This is your address, right? Come outside. Calling me all these names. Come outside. We're at your house now. Come outside. It's like pitch black out. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, what? So I'm like, okay. I tell my friend, I'm like, hey, my ex-friend, I'm like, hey, let's go outside, see if anybody's here. Sure enough, like I said, white Range Rover, these rich kids, right?
No way.
Pull up into their mom's white Range Rover and nobody comes outside. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Maybe we go back inside. I don't like this. So we go back inside. They keep calling. I'm like, I'm not going to answer, not going to answer, not going to answer. They spam my phone like 30 times. Come outside, come outside, come outside. Pull up outside right now. We're here. And they parked by, so there's like a light and then it gets kind of darker. So they parked in the dark spot. I see their car and 7 guys hop out of the car. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
What the heck is happening?
Wow, that's deep.
I've done boxing. I've done all this. I can protect myself.
Right.
7 versus 2.
Right.
Any common person would be go inside and do something.
Right. Yeah.
So they hop out the car. What's up? Like, you're that TikToker, huh? You think you're so cool? You think you're all this and that? Like, what's up? And I'm like in my head, you guys want to fight? Like, because what is happening?
Right.
So,
oh my gosh.
I'm like, asking my friend, like, yo, what the hell do we do? Like, dude, what do we do? I'm scared out of my mind. I'm freaking out. They start approaching my house. I'm like, damn, what do I do?
Wow.
So I go back inside, and I have a cousin who lives like next door. And he calls me, he's like, hey, you having a party? And I'm like, no, you don't understand. There's these kids, they're chanting outside, come outside, calling me all these mean names. He's like, well, dude, like, are you good? I'm like, yeah. I didn't even know you could hear them. That's crazy.
Wow.
So I go back inside, they keep screaming, come outside, we'll wait all day. Come on. They keep spamming my phone. I'm like, okay, what do I do? My dad's gone. He's the protector of the house. And it's just my mom, my brother, my 2 brothers, and one of them is, at the time, he was 5 years old.
Wow.
So, and he's my everything, let alone my mom. So it's my mom, myself, my 2 brothers, 4 of us.
Right.
And all I could think about is my little brother. I love him so much. And my mom.
Right. Yes.
And I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, okay, I clearly got set up. One of these girls that's had their locations on clearly. So I said, you guys all need to leave right now. You guys all leave. And I trusted my friend at the time. And I was like, you stay with me. Everybody left. Wow. And they're still outside. Come outside, banging on the door, banging on the window. I'm like, okay. So I tell my mom, like, Mom, long story short, like, I'll explain later. There's these kids that want to jump me because I'm an influencer, I'm a TikToker, and they don't like me. They don't like my hair. They don't like who I am. They want to hurt me.
Right.
And I was like, what do we do? She's like, how the hell did I get here? I'm like, very long story. I got set up. Like, just ask questions later. Let's just fix this now. What do we do?
Yeah.
So my dad, it's like so late. My dad's asleep because my parents go to bed at 8:30.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. They go to bed super early, and I wake her up, and she's in panic, and just like the fear in her eyes, it was like so heartbreaking. And it's like I said, I'm like, why do you guys want to hurt me? What I've never experienced. You guys want to hurt me so bad. Right. You guys pulled up at 7 people. It's not like I live, like I said, in any bad area. I live in the suburbs. This just shows that, of course, how these people are. Like, they're so envious.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was like, she was like, I'm just gonna go out there and like yell at them. I'm like, Mom, don't. And she's in her bathrobe, first of all. I'm like, Mom, please don't go out there, because like, I think of like a bad scenario. I'm like, Mom, they could be at the front door. Yes. As soon as you open it, they'll think it's me and they'll just sucker punch you. Was what I was thinking.
Right.
She's like, I don't care. So she runs outside. Get the hell off our property right now. Like, if you guys don't get off, like, you guys will get it. Like, get the hell off right now. We'll call the cops, whatever. And then they end up leaving. They get in their cars or get in the car. They say, your son's got something for him. You just watch out.
Wow.
And that stuck with me. And I was like, oh, shoot.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, are these kids, they're already crazy enough to get to my house. And pull up, bang on the house.
Right.
And so, like I said, I had a week left to be in LA. Every day and night, I went to bed in fear. Right. I had to check my back. Yeah. I'd get home late from, going out with friends. It's 12 a.m. This is where they pulled up before. Okay, turn on the lights. Make sure they're not in the bushes. I would look outside. Okay, I'm okay now. This is my plan. I'm going to run out to the garage, put in the code, get inside. I'd do that for a week straight until I left for LA. Wow. And I also had a job working at a golf course at the time. And I worked very early. It was 5:30 to 10 a.m. shift. So I'd wake up, peek outside, nobody's there. Yeah. Okay, because at this time, they know everything about me. I don't know how these kids got everything about me. They know everything. They know who I work with, where I'm at work. Because I would still get threats. Oh, he works at this golf course. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, I'd peek outside. It's 5 a.m. Okay, I'm good. Nobody's outside. Sprint to my car, open it, get out, lock the car. Of course. So that was like the most traumatic thing. And just seeing my mom, like,
the look in her face.
And that look in her face was like, oh my gosh. Like, I had to put her through that. It was like the most gut wrenching thing. And like, the worst part was like, all I could think about in the back of my head was like, I'm the oldest. I have a middle child brother. And then I have a little brother. Like I said, he's 5. And all I could think about was him. I'm like, if something were to happen to him, like, I would never live with myself.
Right.
And if they broke into my house and hurt any of my family members, I would have to live with that forever.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And here we are, this 5-year-old who looks up to me and is my everything. And all I could think about was him. And it was just like, the look in my mom's face was like horrible.
Yeah.
And just that kind of brought perspective of like, people really don't like me.
Right. Yeah.
These guys don't like me. And that just goes to show, that's why I moved out of my hometown. It's the suburbs, but my dad, like, nothing was handed to me. My dad was always like, you work for everything you want.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever going to be given to you. I don't care how much money we have. I don't care if we have 100K, 2 million, $1 billion, if we're billionaires. I don't care how much money, you're not going to get anything. You're going to always work for what you have.
Yeah.
So that always stuck with me.
Yeah. And just like you said, from, junior high to high school, you were doing all this producing and music and everything.
Yeah.
You were following your dreams. You were the one working. You've been putting in work with all this influencer.
Exactly.
Inspiring stuff that you do. And, this story, if you're listening right now, then, you have to understand sometimes, like, the influencing world, it seems like, Beverly Hills again, the stars, and oh my God, they're having such a great day, and they're amazing people.
Right.
But it does come with a lot. I mean, you just heard Mr. Hero's story, and he had to go through a lot. I mean, this type of story could have made individuals say, you know what, I need to stop this right now because it's going to affect my family. But again, you can't at the same time, you also can't stop what you believe in and what you love, and you did keep going forth. But it did take a lot out of you, and you had to see your mom's face like that. And so, if you're trying to be an influencer, just know it comes with so much work, so much heartache. Yeah. There is those days where it's amazing and fun, and you get to do the work that you love, and that's why it is amazing and it feels good.
It's beautiful.
But it comes with so much. So you have to make sure, if you're getting into this world, that, you have to have a strong heart. You have to be able to love what you do and be able to combat those issues that, that
exactly.
And we're going to be closing out soon. So I feel like your message definitely connects a lot of dots to a lot of younger people that just haven't really understood the why things happen.
Yeah.
Because, you're having a great time building something. You're with your family. You're like, all right, I'm this entrepreneur guy. And we know a lot because my son's 16.
Awesome.
So
that's awesome.
I see him with us. He's like telling us all these stories with what's going on in high school. Somebody wanted to punk him. He brought a knife at school. I'm like, geez, all these things are going crazy, right? They see us drive our cars to drop them off, right? And we're driving these Ferraris and stuff. Yeah. Like, oh, he's the rich kid, right? But we grew up poor too, Right. Our son was lucky enough to see us kind of rise.
Yeah.
But I can see how that can affect people.
Right.
And I think that you sharing that with people that might be trying to build something, some business, because that's the biggest hate, right? People want you to be so boring.
Yeah.
They want you to go to work. Because I worked at McDonald's. So
nice. That's awesome.
Well, thank you. But
I mean, it's awesome from McDonald's to look at now
right now, right?
It's so cool.
But that's the standard mindset people will have. They're like, oh, I just want to go work at the Chick-fil-A. I'm like, what?
Why?
Like, that means you're
nothing against it.
And again, there's nothing against it. But
exactly.
I feel like that to me means you've accepted the normalcy of life instead of like, maybe I'm going to take some risks and see where it takes me. Right. Yep. And that's what you're doing. So, so to close out, Ashton, like, I wanted to add, like, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you guys
I think
so
there's
much.
so much opportunity for you. And me, Mike, just want to see you become this best version. Right. You're going to be the superhero in somebody's life by sharing the insight. And I'm sure you're going to be on a lot more podcasts.
Yes, the most famous influencer.
There you go. And you said it. You said it today.
And
that's something that we're never going to forget. Right. Oh, that's the most famous influencer ever. Yeah. And that I think you should follow and never quit on it.
Oh, never.
Because you don't look like a quitter to me. So
I will never quit.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So guys, if you guys want to follow Ashton, where can they follow you?
You guys can follow me at Ashton Hero across all platforms, and YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere.
Loves it.
Please never stop chasing your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you can't do anything, because I will be that person to show you will be able to do anything in the world. I promise.
Wow.
And to add to that, if you guys are brands, this dude wants some branding. Give him some brands. Let's make him some labels, whatever he needs. Let's go.
Yeah, I would love to work. I just did a video. I did the biggest pizza in the world.
Oh my God, yes. We saw that. I was shook. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of pizza.
Yeah, it was over 200 slices. So any brands who want to work, please, I'd love to talk.
And then just maybe like, you know, for the future, if you ever, maybe this is something you consider, but you're so inspirational. I have to say that.
Thank you so much.
And, you know, think about being on stages one day soon too, or something, because man, like you really just changed my world with the stories you told today, and I know you're going to change so many others. So this is the type of stuff that, and we don't tell this to all of our guests, but man, you you deserve to be like on a stage helping all types of people. So thank you for your inspiration.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't think anybody knows this, but I'm gonna get back into music soon.
Love it.
I'm not gonna do the rap stuff, but like I said, I just want to motivate people, and so
that's what it's all about.
I will be on stages and do motivational speak, whatever it is.
Love it. We'll be in the front row.
Yes.
Love it.
If you ever need anything from us, you know, we're here.
Thank you so much.
We're in Beverly Hills as well. So
Thank you.
So guys, our podcast will be released in 2 weeks, Sunday. Obviously, we'll collaborate with you. We're gonna have a couple of reels, so stay tuned. We appreciate you being on the podcast.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Much love, guys.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys soon.
Appreciate you.